Good morning, ladies. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are doing well. Good morning. It is midway through the week. I'm about to get ready to head out for work. But before I do that, of course, it is our Bible devotion this morning. We are on Journey to Freedom Bible devotion series from Daily Grace Co., a study on the life of Moses. And we are on week 1, day 3. Today's scriptures to meditate on is Exodus chapter 1 verses 15 through chapter 2 verses 10. And today's topic, kept by the woman's care. Devotion goes like this. Pharaoh peers over his high tower to see a multitude of Israelite slaves. Eyes wide and gripped with anxiety, he worries about a revolt. So he devises another plan to halt God's covenant promises, death for all of the Israelite boys. Pharaoh attacks the life promised to the people of God. His tactic is sly like the serpents in the Garden of Eden. He tries to subvert from within. He commands the head Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, excuse me if I butcher those names, to kill newborn sons. Seeing them as outsiders in his land, Pharaoh uses the term Hebrew, a name that described their ancestor, Abraham, as he wandered in a foreign land mentioned in Genesis chapter 14, verse 13. This term still clings to the Israelite identity as they remain outsiders in Egypt. Shiphrah and Puah respond with conviction, holding firmly to the fear of the Lord. With hearts set on pleasing God, they defy Pharaoh's edict. They remain loyal to the God of life and promise and do not kill the sons of Israel. Despite his efforts for control, Pharaoh does not have power over God's chosen. In his providence, God softens the woman's hearts so they can obey him for his glory. Likely shocked and frustrated, Pharaoh calls Shiphrah and Puah into his presence. With the Lord on their side, the midwives enter his court and approach the opulent throne of the Pharaoh. He questions them about their disobedience. And in the face of evil, Shiphrah and Puah mask the truth with a joke, claiming that unlike the Egyptian women, the Hebrew are in no need of midwifery due to their vigor and strength in labor. Pharaoh is not only beguiled, but also ridiculed by 2 Hebrew women. These women are not coerced by Pharaoh's command and remain faithful to the word of God. Pharaoh then orders his people to throw every Hebrew boy into the Nile River. The Nile, which was once their source of life in the desert, is now a source of death. Egyptians invade Israelite homes in Goshen and take babies from the care of their mothers. Screaming and weeping filled the land. Satan knows the importance of sons in the nation of Israel and uses Pharaoh's paranoia and pride in an attempt to stop the coming of Israel's Messiah. Messiah is a title for the anointed one who would reign over the nations, establish justice, and destroy sin and evil forever, referenced in Genesis chapter 49, verse 10. As that cursed serpent in Eden, Satan is destined to be vanquished by the Messiah, the seed of the woman, predicted in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Fearing the victory of the chosen son, he aims to kill all Hebrew sons through Pharaoh. As the women watch their baby boys sink to the bottom of the river, it seems like Satan's plan has worked. Surely the mothers cry out to God for help, and in the silence all hope seems lost. But God is working to deliver his people through the protection of the one son in the tribe of Levi. God chooses to preserve the son of Jochebed, found in Exodus chapter 6, verse 20, a Levite woman who has just given birth. He is her innocent, beloved son. When she can no longer hide him, she places him in a basket on the Nile River. Watching the basket travel down the current, perhaps Jochebed hopes her son will float into the hands of an Egyptian woman who will have mercy. The infant boy's sister, Miriam, follows his path to the bathing area of Pharaoh's daughter. The princess orders her slave to draw the basket from the water. They lift the cover and behold a crying, defenseless child. Immediately, Pharaoh's daughter identifies him as a Hebrew boy, but unlike her father, she has compassion. Defying her father's decree, she does not throw him back to the water, but brings him to the safety of her arms. Like the midwives, God has softened her heart too, And Pharaoh's authority is mocked again by a woman who cares for the sons of God. Miriam approaches Pharaoh's daughter. Brilliantly, she offers to bring her mother to nurse the boy. Jochebed's relationship with her beloved son is restored, and she raises him during his formative years. After he is weaned, she brings him back to Pharaoh's palace. She knows he will be given the opportunity for a better life there. Pharaoh's daughter adopts the Hebrew boy and calls him Moses, a name that joins both Egyptian and Israelite words. God has worked intimately in the hearts of women to save a Hebrew boy from the hand of evil. God brings to the safety the beloved Son who will deliver his people. We see God provides not in a grand spectacle, but through intimately working in his people's hearts. He changes us to desire his will and to love the things he does. Through our faith in Jesus, we are involved in his redemptive mission to restore the world to his glory. Even when it seems God is not responding to our prayers, we can be confident that he is working in the smallest ways, which will eventually have the greatest impact. I can't even imagine. And Satan does know about our children. Ladies, protect your kids. Innocence and children are the truth and the life into how we go through, to how we're supposed to see God in their eyes. So, food for thought. But crazy devotional this morning. 3 questions for today. First question is, how does God begin to reveal his plan to save the Israelites? Second question is, in what ways do the women reflect God's care for his beloved children? And lastly, how do you react when God is silent? The questions will be posted below at the bottom of the devotion. If you ladies would like to converse and go over the questions, please send me a message. I hope this brings you some words, some revelation, and I hope you have a blessed day. Really, I do. Talk to y'all later. Bye.